Hello everyone, this is Kanika Bali. Today I would appraise you on a very important section of Income Tax Act 1961. This is section 50C and it is applicable in the case of sale of an immovable property like land, building or both. And we all know that whenever we make sale of an immovable property, we have to calculate capital gains on it. Okay, this capital gain could be short-term capital gain or long-term. So section 50C is applicable on both types of gain. Now, how do we calculate capital gains? Capital gain is calculated by taking the sale consideration. From the sale consideration, we deduct the cost of acquisition of the property and any direct expenses incurred in making the sale. This could be brokerage commission or any lawyer's fees for executing the sale. The balance amount is our capital gain. So, now what is sale consideration? The focus of this section is on the sale consideration. In common parlance, sale consideration is the amount which the parties like the buyer and seller agree for the transfer of rights in the property. So sale consideration is basically the sale price which is agreed between the buyer and seller, and the buyer agrees to pay to the seller the particular amount, that is the sale amount or the sale consideration. Now I'll explain you this with the help of an example, that how section 50C comes into play. For example, Mr. X has a residential property in Navi Mumbai and he wants to sell it to Mr. Y at a price of 1 crore. Now the sale consideration agreed between both the parties is 1 crore. Once they decide the registry date and visit the registrar for transfer of the property, the registrar says that as per the circle rate, the stamp valuation authority value is 1.25 crore. By the stamp valuation authority's value, we mean the SVA value on which the stamp duty on transfer of immovable property has to be discharged. Now, the buyer and seller don't have any option. They have to discharge the stamp duty as per the value determined by the stamp valuation authority and basically the circle rate of the property. So they discharge the stamp duty on 1.25 CR. The sale consideration is 1 CR. The sale deed gets executed and the transfer of property is done. Now what happens at the end of the year? Mr. X wants to calculate his capital gain. So what sale consideration amount he would consider? Everyone would think that he would take 1 CR as the sale consideration because basically that is the amount he has received against the sale of property. But here section 50C comes into play. Section 50C says, in case the stamp valuation authority's value is more than 120% of the sale consideration which is agreed between the parties, then for the purpose of calculation of capital gain, SVA value would be used as the sale consideration. So here, now the sale consideration would be 1.25 crore. But the exception to this rule is this: in case the stamp valuation authority's value was 1.19 CR, in that case the variation is within 20% of the sale consideration amount, then the sale consideration would stay 1 CR only. So you should always be aware of this provision, because if this provision comes into play, you have to discharge the capital gains taxes on stamp valuation authority's value. This would increase your capital gain, it will increase your taxes, and irrespective of the fact that you have not received that amount of 25 lakhs. So if you are aware of this provision, you can negotiate with the buyer at the time of agreeing on the sale consideration that if the SVA value is higher, okay, then the burden of taxes lies on the seller itself. Okay, so he should be aware of that how you could negotiate a better rate for your property, so that you don't end up paying taxes on amount which you have not received at all. I hope my video helps you, and you would keep this in mind whenever you enter into a sale transaction related to immovable property. Thanks for watching. And